Now that the entire accreditation regime is well in full force, and from the 4th of July it became compulsory for any New Zealand employers to hire migrants, they must be accredited. I do want to spend some time and talk still about the second gate. The work visa forms are open as well. But the job check is by far the most complicated piece of work that we've seen in these three gates. For employers that are looking at recruiting migrants, you need to understand that even after you've done the accreditation, you can't just go and apply for a work visa, or the migrant can't go and apply for the work visa. There is a significant amount of work that needs to be done in the second gate called the job check. The job check is compulsory. Imagine it to be like a tunnel. This is sort of the second stage of the tunnel. You can't really get to the third part of the tunnel, which is your work visa, until you've crossed the second tunnel. A job check is required for all jobs. What happens within a job check and how complex it is will depend on the job and what it pays. So normally within the job check, there's four different categories. The first one is if the occupation is on the green list. If the occupation is on the green list, then it doesn't require advertising. If the occupation pays 200% the median wage, it doesn't require advertising. If the occupation pays more than the median wage of $27.76, but not in the green list and not 200% median wage, then the advertising is required. And then there is the fourth category for those that are exempt from the median wage, which I'm not going to delve too much into. For all job checks, and we've seen the forms, we've put the job checks through, for all job check applications, immigration form is asking for questions around whether the role requires travel, whether these travel conditions are going to disadvantage an employee, what are the allowances, are there reasonable deductions in the employment agreement, are there any bonding agreements, what are the minimum and maximum hours, or is it fixed hours, what's the minimum and maximum salary that is paid to the person, if there's any commissions, if there's anything on top. So there's a raft of information that the job check is asking for all jobs. And then for those occupations that do require advertising, because they are not in the median, not 200% median wage and not in the green list, then there is also the advertising requirements that are over and above what I've just talked about. Quite a lot of information to digest. We do have some pieces that we've written about the job check, but I think it is very important for employers or recruiters that are doing this job check or want to know more to remember that this job check is almost like mapping out what the role is going to be, getting the approval from immigration, because the job check is also asking for minimum requirements of the role, minimum qualifications, minimum skills. So you're actually mapping out the sort of putting the outline of the role in there, and then the migrant, when they apply for the work visa, once the job check is approved, actually has to meet exactly those dots. Yeah, I think this is the best that I can do to put it into I was told 2 minutes, but I'm at 3.5 minutes now. But this is the best I can do to put it into a video. If you do have questions, I'm a message away. There will hopefully be more information that we put out on job checks, but the whole thing is now fully functional. We will be doing more videos on this, on the job check and also the accredited employer work visa and what that means for businesses. Until then, look after yourselves.